Okay, today's an exciting day. I'm going to try to build the bench seat on one side at least, maybe both. We'll see how far we get. This one's going to have drawers, so I've got it compartmentalized into 3 spots. Each one's going to have a drawer built that fills up most of the space. Um, but basically, it's going to be one of those, just like everybody else has, the pull-out top. So there will be this drawer cabinet underneath with access in the front, but the entire top will also be able to slide off, and then you've got a double wide bed. So for starters, I gotta secure these walls in nice and square, and then I will be ready for the drawers and the kind of framing for the top part. Okay, so this is the framing for the drawers. The boards that I put down are just to hold up these supports that are going to kind of be the rails of the drawer slides are going to go attached to. So now I'm just attaching them to these supports. And of course using lots of wood glue to prevent squeaks. Alright, so we have the basic frame of the drawers in place, and we are putting some wood in for the drawer slide rails. Alright, so we got the first drawer in on the close, and we're moving on to the next drawer, or next set of slides, and then the drawer. So just moving along. This is what it looks like right now. Building out the drawers first, and then the top piece. Okay, so these rails that are straight we're using as the guide to get our slides in place and level. Alright, we're putting the slides in. The drawers are sitting on 3/8 inch spacers in a little 2x4, so that it has the proper clearances all around. Okay, so yesterday we finished putting in the drawers. We had some problems though with the soft closes not engaging their soft close mechanism. But Julene figured out that these slides sometimes need to be shimmed out a little bit in order to make the mechanism engage. So I just got this, you can see the shim right there, just a super thin shim, and just kind of like hammered it in until the mechanism engaged. It's really stupid and frustrating that we live in 2018 and the freaking slides need to be shimmed like a 1/16 of an inch in order to function properly. But whatever, it's done now. Everything's looking really good. This is just the guts of what's going to be inside the couch. It'll be, when it's finished off, this inside part's going to be the only part you'll actually be able to see, because there will be a face on the front of here that's going to look nicer than this dinged up plywood. So next step is building the slats that are going to go along the top of this so that the bed can slide out. So I'm going to measure the permanent ones first and put those in. So here we go. I got these pieces. These are like bundles of common lumber that I got at the hardware store. I think each bundle is 10 feet long, has 6 boards in it that are perfect for the slats, and I think each one costs like $4. It's like not the very nicest wood. It's got knots and stuff in it, but if you're only using it for support of a cushion, who cares? So I'm going to be using these for my slats. For the sake of consistency, I got some pieces of my ceiling leftovers that I'm going to be using as spacers. This is a board that's the same width as one of the slats. It's actually a piece of one of the slats that's a little too short. and I'm going to nail them together, and this will be used as my spacer to space the slats at the right distances. Okay, other side. So Julene has done the Julene's done the glue on all of these slats. These are the permanent slats that aren't going to move. And then I've got my spacer here. There's the first one in, so I'm just taking the next one, putting it in place with the spacer, trying to line it up with the edge of the board as flush as possible. That's it. Next one in. My method has become more sophisticated. So now I butt it up to the straight edge. Get him, Ralphie. Take this together, folks.
Isaac cut a piece and it fit perfectly at the end.
Almost.
Wow.
Good enough to
Good enough.
hit the way that I wanted it to.
Yeah. Look at that.
Using this as the spacer. And then I'm just using any of the straight boards as a flat edge to make sure that the front is flush, because when I put the front face on, it needs to clear the permanent boards.
How's it feel?
Feels so good.
Made a bench bed storage
Yeah.
space. Almost done. You know.
Okay, so I don't want just a flat back to this seat, so I've cut a piece of wood that's going to be used as kind of like a hidden storage space. And then I've got this board, which at the end is angled just about 10 degrees. It's going to sit on the edge of this on a hinge, and there will be another one here. This one's not cut. And then there will be a piece of plywood over it, and this angles the back just enough to be comfortable. And because it's on a hinge, you'll be able to fold this down and store something back here if you need to. So I put part one together as kind of a proof of concept. You can see there's a good slant. I'm leaning against it and it's nice and comfortable. Now all I have to do to unlock it, I got that little latch right there. I got another one, let's see, up top there. So we unlatch it, pull it out, and the whole thing folds down. I'll take my hammer, storing my hammer back there, flip it up, lock it in, come on. There we go. And as you can see, it sits, the moving parts have a little bit of clearance on that back there, so pulling it out is not impeded at all by the back. So I'm just going to kind of continue along down the line doing that. We got clearance up here too between the thing and the window, so it's looking good. So after the base plate goes in, then we put two hinged boards up, and then we'll measure out a piece of plywood that will go right here, and then it'll attach to the two boards. Alright, and this is pretty much the final product. So we got it gets snagged a little bit there, but that's okay. I probably just won't use this space as much. So the piece folds right up, and there you go. A little bit of storage back there. Alright, so in order for this to support the weight of somebody in the extended position, we're building a front face that's going to move with the moving part. And so these are the trim pieces, are made out of some nice pine wood. And I've drilled pocket holes on what's going to be the back side of them. So they need to be attached to this bottom section, which is sitting on a spacer made out of the flooring, so that when it pops up, it'll be as high as when the floor is finished. It'll be nice and flush. Okay. This is the final bed pulled out, both sides, when they come together. Of course, it'll be more flush. Need help? Yeah. So the whole front area becomes a bed. And here it is in the closed position. Alright, and this is the front face of the couch, all in. So as I pull this this top piece out, the entire front face actually comes with it. And when the flooring is in, it should sit right on top of the flooring, and acts as the center support for both sides of these pullouts. So that's the support, so that we can lay a mattress all the way across here and somebody could comfortably sleep right here.